we need to first of all understand the context and the background as to why we see fit to implement co-location at the West Kowloon station. The background is that years ago the Hong Kong government, in considering the future transport development of Hong Kong, took the view that building the Express Rail link, the Hong Kong section, would be in the best interest of Hong Kong, whether in terms of transport or in terms of Hong Kong's economic development, as well as the overall interest of Hong Kong. So having decided to build the Express Rail link, the next question is how to deal with the questions of customs and other clearance, the CIQ that we mentioned. There are, of course, various options. For instance, the options of the traditional separate location arrangement, and of course also the co-location arrangement. And it's after all these considerations that we decided, having considered the unique nature of the railway system that we are now linking up into, as well as the situations in Hong Kong, we decided that the co-location arrangement is the best way forward because it would help to unleash the potential, the full potential of the railway system. And it is against this background that we negotiate with the mainland authorities, and therefore we come up with the three-step approach that we have explained. Therefore, viewing the whole matter in this context, first of all, you have to have the reasons, the rationale why we are doing co-location. Secondly, it will have to go through the relevant process. And the process is not one-sided, it's not unilateral. The implementation of co-location requires the consent of Hong Kong. It requires the consent of the mainland authorities. In fact, it is because Hong Kong requested, or is upon Hong Kong's request, that the mainland authorities agreed to assist us in implementing the co-location. And then, of course, there is also the third step, namely the local legislation, which would have to go through the Hong Kong legislature, the Legislative Council. So in terms of the reason, in terms of the rationale, in terms of the procedure, it's not something which would happen just out of the blue, nor is it something which would happen within a very short span of time, nor is it something which the Hong Kong community will have no say in the matter. For instance, one of the elements is the last step that I mentioned earlier, namely the local legislation, and the Legislative Council will have the responsibility as well as the opportunity to scrutinize the whole thing. So it's not as if it is something that we can do because I want to do it, and therefore in a split of a second one can do it.